Well, howdy, y'all. Welcome to Diamond Dow Studios, the #1 place for the rootin' tootin' best reactions you've ever seen. I'm Paper Chase.
And it's the one and only Diamond Down One. And we are back with another reaction just for you. Yeehaw.
Giddy up.
And today we got a little special guest over here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Silver Styles back at it again.
Oh, you gotta do it in the country. You gotta do a country.
Silver Styles back at it again.
See, that was really good.
He's got really good impressions and voices. Can you do like a backwoods, like hillbilly
Backwoods?
type of,
No.
maybe down south Florida boy accent? Let's get them gators and them crawfish.
Whoa. Okay, we'll work on our impressions and get back to you. But today, we are reacting to Hank Williams Jr., A Country Boy Can Survive. So that's why we were talking like good old
A
country
couple
boys.
idiots. Like 1, 2,
Country
3.
boys are not idiots. That's
no,
rude.
we sounded like,
Yeah, we're the idiots.
yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Because we are the furthest thing from country boys. I mean, I guess you guys kind of are a little country boys.
Would you say that?
No. We go camping like once a year. I don't think that's
There you
good.
go.
I'd have to try and drag you out to camping, so don't act like I don't try. Two of us in this room could start a fire and build a shelter,
That's true.
you know?
You don't think I can? I'm from Kentucky.
Kentucky.
No, but somebody did say, I haven't been camping in a long time. I mean, I live a very comfortable life and I love it. But somebody did say, we reacted to this video before, just me and Diamond Don. And somebody said in the comments that it looks like I couldn't last a week in a Kroger. And you know what? That's wild.
I thought they were talking about me.
No, they were talking about me.
That is actually one of the most epic roasts that I have ever heard. And, you know, honestly, I'm never going to forget that line. I'm going to bring it up all the time now.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to react to a song today that's going to make us all feel like a bunch of little sissy boys. But I think that we need that. We need the kick in the rear end and, you know, someone to hold a mirror up to us.
This is outlaw country. So just to give you like a little context, this young man, I'll be honest, I typically didn't listen to country, you know, growing up, and really didn't listen to a lot of it when he was younger. So he didn't get a lot of exposure to country music coming up, but he just found it on his own and definitely like listens to some country artists and has, you know, a little bit broader taste and range than I did. But I don't know if you know too much about like outlaw country and like the old school, like real deal guys that kind of paved the road and started it, the rebels of country. And this is one of them, Hank Williams Jr. So we're going to jump in and see what you think.
You got to press play, my guy.
It is playing.
The preacher man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a going dry. The interest is up and the stock market's down, and you're only getting mugged if you go downtown. I live back in the woods, you see, a woman and the kids and the dogs and me. I got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. I can plow a field all day long. I can catch catfish from dusk till dawn. Make our own whiskey and our own smoke too. Ain't too many things these old boys can't do. We grow good old tomatoes and homemade wine, and country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Because you can't starve us out and you can't make us run. Those with them old boys raised on shotguns. We say grace, we say ma'am. If you ain't into that, we don't give a damn.
Oh yeah.
All right. Initial thoughts.
I like this. This
Yeah.
is good.
It ain't no soft libtarded.
Have you guys ever? Do you guys go hunting?
No, we've never been hunting.
I want to.
So
bad,
you talk
dude.
shit about me. You've never been hunting. You live in Colorado,
Mm-mm.
bro.
You go hunting?
I've been hunting since before my daughter was born.
Dude, I'm sorry, but going downtown and hunting for man butts does not count. Going to the manhole.
I shot my first deer when I was like 8 years old. Killed it in the head.
Who'd you go with?
So we used to do. I was in a church group,
Okay.
and we used to go on a dad-son camp retreat, and we'd all go hunting, and
Mhm.
we'd go up to Craig. So
Like I said, go over to Craig.
But so I know how to hunt. I know how to like gut things. You know, I know how to clean the food. But like a lot of the things that they're saying, like I don't know how to make my own whiskey. I don't know how to plow a
This
field.
sissy doesn't know how to make some whiskey out of a bathtub.
That's wild.
Yeah, exactly.
But the song there's just a lot we can't relate to. You know, but
Where was this
That-
filmed?
That's a good question. I don't know.
what would your guys' guess be?
Arkansas.
You think?
That's a
Yeah.
good guess.
Arkansas?
I would think that's a good guess. Like Louisiana, maybe.
Kentucky?
No.
Mm-mm.
He did mention something about a late. No. Okay, we'll figure it out at the end.
We came from the West Virginia coal mines and the Rocky Mountains and the western skies. And we can skin a buck, we can run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. I had a good friend in New York City. He never called me by my name, just Hillbilly. My grandpa taught me how to live off the land, and his taught him to be a businessman. He used to send me pictures of the Broadway nights, and I'd send him some homemade wine. But he was killed by a man with a switchblade knife. For $43, my friend lost his life. I'd love to spit some beach nut in that dude's eyes and shoot him with my old 45, cause a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Cause you can't stop us out and you can't make us run, cause we're them old boys raised on shotgun. We say grace and we say ma'am, if you ain't into that, we don't give a damn. We're from North California and South Alabama and little towns all around this land. We can skin a buck and run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Country boy can survive. Country folks can
All right, but I'll counter him with: have you ever had a Pinot Grigio paired with a nice charcuterie board? I bet you have not.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, just kidding. But yeah, what you guys' thoughts? What?
Go ahead.
This is definitely a good song. I feel like, when was this made?
I don't know. That's a good question. It's been out for a while. I mean, I know of this song. We kind of brought this up the first time we reacted to it, is that like I've heard it, but I'd never listened to the whole thing. So I knew like the chorus, but mainly because there's a wrestler named Matt Hughes that fought in the UFC, super tough, great fighter. And he used to come out to the song. This was his walkout song. So that's kind of what I always associated it with. And I knew it because of that, but I had never listened to the song the whole way through. So when we sat down and listened to it, I was like, holy shit, there's like so much to this song, obviously, that I don't know. I thought that I kind of knew it because I'd heard, you know, portions of it, but yeah, not the whole thing. And it totally changed like the context of it.
Yeah, I love that whole part where he's talking about how his friend, you know, he was raised to be a businessman. He was living in the city, and then, you know, like that should be the safe, comfortable life. And then he was stabbed for, you know, $40.
$40.
And he's like, man, if I was there, I just fucking blast him, dude. You know, like that was such a just a like a it was like I don't know if it was a metaphor, if it was a real story, but like the meaning stays the same. You know.
I'll be honest, like I was raised kind of differently. I mean, people wouldn't imagine this, but my dad's like Mexican. He's like dark skinned. He worked on construction sites, and he didn't have the, how do I want to put this? Like the best opinion of like, you know, good old boys. And there's truth to it. I worked on construction sites too, but he, you know, when I grew up, he would always talk about like one of the reasons that he left Colorado is because of racism. Like on construction sites, people putting him down, call him a wetback, a spick, all this stuff. And so I kind of was raised like with that opinion of a lot of like what country boys were to a degree. You know, that's just like the side that I saw of it. You know, we grew up in Colorado Springs, which isn't a big city, but it's still a city. And my family's like more left leaning. So I always had this certain aspect, and, you know, media and the news will tell you things that, you know, that what's the stereotypical, like somebody that's dumb, they put a country accent. Oh, there's cowpoke. You know, it's kind of like a known thing that people do that. And so I had a certain perspective, but working in my job, chasing hailstorms all over the country and working in these different places. I worked in Bozeman, Montana. I worked in Oklahoma and like kind of backwoods Oklahoma. I worked in Omaha. I worked in small towns in Nebraska. And so I got to see like a lot of what the, you know, actual country boys are. And you get a totally different perspective in this song. Like everything that they're talking about is real. Like, you know, going to Bozeman and being there, you know, for portions of the winter and seeing how the community comes together.
Right.
Like if your car gets stuck, like everybody comes out to help you. And then in these small towns in like Nebraska, like everybody's like so fucking handy. Like, you know, I'd go out there and I'd be working with these people and they're like building, you know, shops themselves and, you know, running the equipment and fixing things. And it's like, you know, it's not bullshit. It's like, I got to see this other aspect of it and also, you know, meet the people and talk to them and spend time with them. Cause oftentimes I'd be there for like months at a time. And when you're working on somebody's house, you know, it's a lot of trust that you're establishing, and people would invite me to their house, invite me to dinner. So I definitely got to see that side. I'm glad I did. Cause it kind of, I mean, it changed my perspective. I had one idea of what, you know, that life was like. And then just through doing the, you know, almost 20 years now, it just totally, you know, gave me a different perspective on it.
Yeah. I have one question for you guys thinking of this song, because like my first thought is like, man, if the world were to end today, like apocalyptic style, like, man, we need some good old country boys on our crew, man. We need some people who know how to do, you know, like there's no question. Like I used to have a friend who was super country boy, and we'd go up camping when we were in like high school and stuff. And, you know, we'd like try to like hunt just for fun and stuff, like with like, you know, we had like little 22s and stuff. But he would literally be like, shh, there's a squirrel 8 trees down, 5 branches up, and just like, and it'd fall down to the ground, dude. And by the end of the trip, he had like 9 squirrel tails, and we'd eat squirrel for dinner the whole time, you know. And I'm like, I'm calling this guy if anything goes. But do you guys have a plan if some shit went down? Do you guys have like an immediate plan?
I mean, no, I yes and no. It's like in that scenario, we're fucked. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. I always laugh because this is kind of dark, but the reality is like there's been a lot of turmoil, obviously, with politics in our nation. And like I see people saying we need to start the Civil War, and especially when I see lefties doing it. And I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Like, do you have any sense of like what you're actually saying? Like,
Yeah.
I see people online that say that, and like, you're asking about this scenario and having spent time in, these small towns. I'm like, these people know, like it says in the song, they've been hunting and fishing and shooting since they were kids.
They can
know,
live off the land.
They know
don't-
how to live
yeah.
off the land. They know how to till a field. And it just makes me laugh. It's actually quite diabolical to think that people actually have that in their minds, but it's like, you live in a city. Like, how are you going to get food if you actually decided that you wanted to do something? Like, that is the heartland where the food comes from. They
Yeah.
know how to grow it. This is what they've been doing.
So you have no plan.
Is this a serious question? I bet you I have a better plan than you. I have stockpiles of food.
I've been planning for this my whole life.
Yes, I actually do have a plan. I have
Okay, good.
stockpiles of food. I have water filtration devices. I mean, my van is set up right now with everything that you would need to survive for like a good period of time. Just like
Okay.
right now, like in my van at all times, I have like first aid kits. I have water, like multiple water filtration devices, batteries, tents, like you name it. That being said, if it was an actual survival scenario, it's not a good look for anybody,
Yeah, not from
but
anybody.
I mean, I do like the best that I can. Like I have about a year's supply of like, food and like I said, equipment and stuff like that. So if shit hit the fan, I'd probably be doing better than most people, but yeah.
Well, this is our time to say this to
But-
everybody.
I don't know how to like hunt and fish like that is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna put out an application. We want 2 country boy homies to come join the squad and become good friends with us. You will get endless laughters. We have hot girls come here all the time, stuff like that. And in exchange, all you got to do is keep us alive in a post-apocalyptic scenario.
Yeah, just let us, please don't eat us like right away.
Yeah, just
Wait like a year at least. If we can't fend for ourselves after the year, then it's fair game.
And I don't want to learn anything. I'm very stubborn.
Oh, now there's stipulations.
I just want you to do it. Yeah,
You want them to do all the work while you just sit back and
Isn't that what they already do anyways?
what are you going to provide? You're going to be the court jester?
I got a lot of guns.
Okay, there you go. At least
you
you got something. Do you have ammo for them at least?
I probably should get more.
I knew it. The one thing that is most important.
Yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
you got to stockpile. You got to keep at least a couple thousand rounds at all times, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
I have ammo, but I mean, yeah, if the world breaking down, you want like
Yeah, you want at least a couple thousand rounds at all times.
at all times. That's a good point.
Because it's good trading. You know, you can trade that for anything. It's like currency. Like, what are you going to use as money?
Yeah, I'll trade you
You
one
gonna hand 'em a-
bullet to the head in exchange for everything you
everything
got,
you have.
motherfucker.
Exactly.
Thank you guys for watching. Hey, if you enjoyed this reaction, make sure you drop a like. I know we go on tangents, we talk a lot, but
And who do you think is going to survive longer, this guy or this guy?
keep in mind he's like 5'4". So
That means I can hide under rocks and shit, better.
yeah.
What are you going to do? You're going to be sticking out. You're going to be thinking that you're hiding behind a tree and your fat ass is going to be sticking out and pink.
I'll be the one hiding behind a tree and they're like looking for somebody and they're like, hey bro, can you look behind me? And I'd be like, gay. And then I just get shot. But thank you guys for watching. Hey, we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Anything else, boys?
No, that's it.
All right. Peace.